we clashed in ways that I was shocked by.
Rosie O'Donnell was not referring to Elizabeth Hasselbeck as she discussed The View on Brooke Shields' podcast, Now What? It was the tension she experienced with Whoopi Goldberg when she returned to the show in 2014.
I know this is not the best use of my talent to get in a show where I have to argue and defend, basic principles of humanity and kindness.
That included being the lone voice who called Brian Williams a liar for saying that he was on a helicopter that was shot down during the Iraq War.
I think you would know if you were in a helicopter that was actually hit by a missile.
Whoopi presented her theory that he didn't realize that he wasn't on a helicopter that was shot down during the Iraq War.
Every time he told it again, it got more exciting. It was more this, it was more that. And by the time he was finished, he was on a helicopter. Sometimes, what is the word? Not
lying.
Embellishing.
No, it's not.
Embellishing.
That's the word.
Yeah.
There was also disagreements in the morning meetings about what should be a hot topic.
And I wanted to discuss Bill Cosby, and Whoopi did not.
This was before Bill was arrested in December 2015. This was like late 2014 when the allegations were just starting to get some major traction in the media. It eventually became a hot topic in November 2014, and Whoopi showed her disdain for Rosie's View.
The allegations themselves and whether or not that's a subject for the... What's the matter? You mad?
I was just moving my chair.
Whoopi made it seem as though Rosie was being ridiculous for thinking she was mad, but take a look. You can see that Whoopi makes a face, and I don't think that chair moved very much. Whoopi made her stance clear that she will not be joining the court of public opinion.
I'm going to wait. Well, there are no charges pending.
No, there are no charges pending.
Statute of limitation is over.
Yeah, well, what do you want to do?
I'm just saying, what's the motivation of the women? If there's no financial gain?
I don't know, Rosie. I don't know why people do what they do.
They woke up and said, I want to ruin Bill Cosby today?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Whoopi, Nicole, and Rosie Perez all got very flustered when Rosie simply questioned them on their stance.
It's a really, really big statement.
Which is the statement that they say they don't want to be in business with him as a result?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a wrong statement of the corporations?
I can't comment on how a corporation should do business. It's their right to do business accordingly. I'm not making a comment, and it seems like as if you're getting upset at me. I'm not saying the man is not guilty. I'm not saying the man is guilty.
It's unknowable, Rosie.
No.
They all acted like she was attacking them.
I just didn't know if we were going to discuss it, what way we were going to discuss it.
But in the aftermath, viewers came for Whoopi, who did not waver from her neutrality.
Let's say, okay, we hate that this is true, and if it is true, then we'll get him.
I might agree with you if it were one or possibly two, but it's 26 right now.
Yeah.
And according
by Christmas, who knows?
Well, I think it probably will end up in the hundreds.
Yes.
Now, Rosie left the show again in February, but since the Bill Cosby story continued to gain momentum, someone else had to continue the good fight against Whoopi. It was viewers.
He has not been taken to jail or tried or on anything. So back off me.
I have a feeling that aggressive message to viewers did not go over very well with ABC, because a week later, ABC's legal expert, Dan Abrams, was on the show.
It is impossible to ignore the consistency of these stories.
And it really seemed like his mandate was to create a path for Whoopi to get out of neutral and move forward.
These women have no legal recourse. All there is us.
Effectively, nothing can be done.
Okay, nothing. If this is to be tried in the court of public opinion, I gotta say, all of the information that's out there kind of points to guilt.
So while Whoopi had to rethink hers, Rosie's View remains unbothered.
I don't have any regrets in terms of career and show business like that. I feel like each thing I learned something.
But she's learned enough from The View.
It's nothing I'd want to do again. I could say that.
Yes.
I've said it multiple times, but Rosie and Conan O'Brien are the two people that I modeled myself after on camera, for better or for worse. She was the best thing that happened to The View. Before her, that show just did frivolous lifestyle segments. When she came along, the show turned political, and look where the show is today. But I thought at both times when she joined the show that she's too good of a host to share the screen with 3 to 4 other people.
You bring in Rosie O'Donnell, who basically is, a star of her own show, major talented star, and huge success of her show. And it tipped the balance. It then became, as Barbara said, Diana Ross and the Supremes.
It was no surprise that her and Whoopi didn't gel, but I don't think it was because of differing opinions. Like, Whoopi is an amazing actress. She's an amazing performer. She broke down barriers. She inspired an entire generation of black actors and actresses. But Rosie O'Donnell is a better talk show host. And I think Whoopi knew that and was threatened by Rosie showing up.
She was upset with, like, I threw the commercial because I didn't know that she saw the countdown. The guy was like going like this. Now, listen, she's been there forever. Maybe that's normal. And I saw and there was a pause, and I said, well, we'll be right back after this. And, you know, that was the first day. And then there was trouble from then on.
When Rosie moderated The View on Friday, the flow of the show was just more smooth. She was able to control things much more seamlessly. Rosie got out of The View because she didn't want to have to spar with one of her idols.
I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't do this. I'm not fighting with Whoopi Goldberg. I have no desire to fight with her.
But I think Whoopi wanted Rosie out, so she wasn't eventually the one out. What do you think?